In this video, we will demonstrate the changes that have been made to the 4200 update. The first one is the ability to delete multiple visits at the same time. You do this using your Shift key and your Control key on your keyboard. So if you would like to delete multiple visits that are consecutive, just click on the first visit you want to delete, go down to the last visit you want to delete, hold the Shift key and then click that last visit, and it highlights all the visits in between. If you want to delete multiple visits but they're not all in a row, you use the Control key and you click whichever one you want. So let's say we want this one as well. I hold Control, I click it, and it highlights that one as well while leaving this one unhighlighted. Then to delete, I simply click Delete. It asks me if I'm wanting to delete the visit or the client. I say the visit. It says, are you sure you want to delete multiple visits? I say yes, and those visits are deleted. If we come up here to the sensitivity tab, you'll notice that the amplification levels have taken out the option of normal. Now it just gives you the options of 1 through 15. If you select amplification auto, then it will automatically choose between levels 1 and 15. The filters tab, in the whole tank, we've darkened the text so it's easier to read. We now have the option to imprint both current dilutions and multi-chord at the same time by clicking multi and current. And it now tests for up to 15 drops instead of just 12. As you can see right here, it chooses between 1 and 15 drops. We now have the ability to make edits to the client schedule and the summary by clicking Control N on the keyboard. Still brings up the Notes tab, but also gives you the option to come to the comprehensive and baseline summary as well as the schedule and make your edits there. You will notice that the duration column has been added to the client schedule as well. You may also notice that when you add items to an existing hold tank, it no longer will rescan for all the dilutions. It'll just scan for the dilutions that are blank. And so for example, if we are adding, let's say we're adding an emotion, and we want to scan one by one. So instead of scanning the entire whole tank and getting 34 dilutions, it's scanning for just 30 dilutions, which are the new items in the whole tank. This also applies when you are adding a test to a previous test. So we'll add the multivitamin test. So it added 2 items from that test and it only got 2 dilutions. This also applies when retesting the whole tank. So I have to come up here to retest and then adding another test to it. So it first retests the whole tank, gets those dilutions, and then it does the test I added on and gets those dilutions. If we go over here to the Report tab, you'll notice that the Create PDF button is no longer here by default. So if you like to create a PDF, simply click Print, and instead of choosing your printer, go to the drop-down menu and pick Microsoft Print to PDF. And if you click OK, that will allow you to name your document what you want it to be, choose where you want to save it, and click Save. Your document will be there. If you would like that button to come back, simply come up here to File, click Clinic Information, and there are 2 tabs here. Contact Information is one, but if you click on the Advanced Options tab, you'll see this choice right here, Show Report PDF Options. Put a check mark in that box. And you'll notice that that little button is there again, as well as the Report Options drop-down menu up here. We got rid of that button just because of Adobe Update conflicts with Quest updates, and so if you use the Print to PDF method, it won't have any problems. Okay. Some of the other options you'll notice on this Advanced Options tab is the ability to edit the Special Instructions section of the client schedule, as well as the Disclaimer section of the client schedule and the Comprehensive and Baseline Summary. So for example, right now, this little box is checked that says use default English text for special instructions. So it doesn't matter what's typed in this box. If this is checked, it's going to use the default text. Over here, you can choose the color. Let's pick black. The disclaimer, if we put a check mark in this box, it'll use the default English text for disclaimer. If we want it highlighted in yellow, we just put a check mark here next to yellow background. And let's say we want it to be red text. So if this is how we set it up and we click save, we can come to our schedule tab, click preview, and here we can see that our special instructions are in black ink like we chose, and this is the default text. It will always say these words if we choose the default text. Here's the disclaimer. It's highlighted in yellow as we checked that box, and it's in red as we selected, and this is the default disclaimer. However, if you would like to change things up and you have some specific instructions you want to give your client, you can uncheck that box, type in the words you want to type. Let's say you want to tell them to never go to McDonald's again. And you want that to be in red. And you come down here and you want to use the default disclaimer, but you want it to be in black, and you do not want it highlighted in yellow. Click save. Click OK, and if you want to preview it, here you can see your special instructions are there. Never go to McDonald's again. They're in red as we chose, and then the disclaimer is in black and is not highlighted. Whatever you select in this box for the disclaimer will be the same in the schedule as well as in the comprehensive baseline summary. As you can see here, the disclaimer is right here, black ink, no highlight, since that is what we selected in our options here. Other changes to note, the Quest 4 Foundation tab is now there to replace the former Quest 4 at Work tab, and the imprint description tab is no longer available. If we come to the Create Test tab, you'll see that when you highlight a product in the master list, it now shows the description for that product down here in this box. And so this is showing the description for the IGA balance. And then if we highlight IGD, changes there to show that description, as you can see. And of course, if you're using your custom list, it will still show the descriptions for your custom list. If you highlight over those products, it'll show those. And that's all for 4200.